Okay, everybody, it's meteorologist Jamie Singleton. I tested some stuff yesterday. I tell you what, it's going to be hard to stream to TikTok and Instagram because I'm doing a couple of extra things that are coming off of this software. If I drew you out a map, it would be very confusing. But first, just want to tell you about some strong storms, some severe storms that if you look at the overall picture here on the radar screen, we do not have a lot going on around Roanoke. I think Roanoke, the NRV are okay. But from Appomattox down through Campbell County, eastern Campbell County, southern Appomattox County, yeah, we've got some strong storms here with maybe some hail and high winds. We've also got that going on through Pittsylvania County. A lot of lightning here, a lot of heavier rainfall. That activity is moving on off to the east. I'm going to read you the severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect. It continues until 7:15 for this area. So let's zoom into it. And I'll tell you that we actually got some sunshine around this area today. It warmed up, and we saw quite a bit of humidity building across the area today as well. Now we're seeing the clouds roll in, and the larger scale system is still off to the west, and we'll show you that here in just a second as well. But this is for Danville, southeastern Campbell, Pennsylvania, northwestern Halifax counties, and the city of Danville, and the thunderstorms are basically in the line from Long Island, you see there in Campbell County, to near Cascade, moving east at 20 miles per hour. But there's the potential here for 60-mile-per-hour winds. And we've really seen this storm ramp up in the past 30 minutes. It was a 30-mile-per-hour storm when it was in Henry County. It crossed the Laurel Park area, and then it became like a 40-mile-per-hour storm. And then once it got out east, and that's not too surprising because it's been more unstable there, it's become more of a 50, 60-plus mile-per-hour storm. Danville, Chatham, Gretna, Brookneal, Phoenix, Ingram, and Mount Airy, including the Danville airport. So winds of 60 miles per hour are indeed damaging. That's what makes this a severe thunderstorm in this case. Damaging winds for your safety. Move to an interior room. You need to almost treat it like a tornado warning if you're in the path there, especially across Pittsylvania County where you see it kind of bowing out there in a little bit of an inflow notch there as well, because windows would be very dangerous to be near here. So they can blow out and become very dangerous. I'm reading something just in from the National Weather Service. Let me check something here. All right, so we've still got some elevated radar returns, so we're not sure if they're reaching the ground or not. But let me show you kind of a high-res radar picture here. We'll show you what's going on here, and this is kind of an updated look. You can see this is, make sure this is up to date because we've had some issues there. So this is another look at the radar screen, and it kind of pulsed up on us. That one around Danville and Chatham near Gretna really became the one I was watching here. If you look at the base velocity, look at the orange that comes up right there between Gretna and Chatham, right there. That's where you have the winds that are indicated by radar just a few minutes ago at about 60 miles per hour. So if we go back here and we pixel query some of this, yeah, we can see some 50, 40 knot winds, 52.2 knots on the max. You take that down to the ground and accelerate it, and you could look at some damage there between Gretna, Mount Airy, Spring Garden, and Chatham. And again, that's in Pittsylvania County. More of a 40 to 45 mile per hour look to this right now. That's what they were just putting out on chat. But just to be safe, that warning does continue until 7:15. It also extends again in the southern Campbell County, Brookneal, and even north or southwest parts of Charlotte County, not including Charlotte Courthouse, but including Volans down through Halifax County and into, again, the Danville area. That's in that yellow polygon there. We've got several areas that I've been watching throughout the day. And again, we've had the strongest winds. I've got this mapping feature here on my Radar Omega, which really lets me hone in on the exact areas that we're most concerned with. East Gretna Road, Greenville, Chalk Level, probably getting the highest winds here. Not sure if they're, again, reaching the ground. Natal here and going very close to Mount Airy. That's where the strongest winds are. It looks like also around the Straight Stone area in Cedar Forest. That's an area we've been watching too for some higher winds. They seem to be kind of letting up a little bit. We had a little bit of rotation on this earlier, but honestly, that's not the big factor. Today, it's more of a straight line wind because we basically have uniform winds, but we've got a lot of thunderstorm base elevation, and to get a tornado you'd have to have that a little bit lower, actually a lot lower in our case here locally. Those LCLs, what we call the base of the cloud, very, very high for severe weather in terms of any tornadoes. So it does indicate straight line winds, but not too concerned with anything ramping up or spinning into a tornado, but we'd have to watch that very carefully. Now we'll move it along here, and again, you're looking at velocity. I'm trying to see if there's any rotation in any of these, and we've got a little bit there around the Appomattox area, but again, it's not very concerning. It's enough for a special weather statement for Appomattox County, down through Flood there on the Highway 460. East and south of Stout Spring. Some very broad rotation here, something that we'll watch because as you go further east from the Blue Ridge, conditions get a little more favorable. We've got more instability there east of the Blue Ridge and east of Lynchburg, and as you get closer into Richmond, and that special weather statement just got dropped for eastern Campbell County there. So looking at that, it appears that things are overall just under severe limits. Let's look at the high-res reflectivity for you. And I'm going to change my map background here to, let's see, we'll do dark presentation. Be able to see the cities a little better here. Yeah, Campbell County, you're now out of the severe thunderstorm warning, and we saw that update there on the screen. We'll let this load here. Where my county lines are going. Oh, I see that. I've got them. Let me do this. The county lines are black and my background's black, so that won't work. We'll go to a gray presentation. And this is software that I got Radar Omega if you're a weather fanatic. It's kind of like Radar Scope. It's the main competitor to the Radar Scope, but it has excellent mapping capability. So I can really zoom in here and give you these towns that are experiencing even the little smaller populated communities, and even the not so populated communities. If it's a community, it's going to pop up here. Now in this particular background, I don't have quite as many to show you, but Chaco, Java, Lux, Spring Garden. Looks like Chatham, you're now okay. But this is the part of the storm there where you see that purple. Could actually have some small hail in this as well. Have to watch this. I think Danville, unless something really pops up here, down around Oak Ridge, near the city itself, it doesn't look that impressive. So in Danville City, you might be okay. It looks like the strongest part of the storm is in the central part of the polygon here. So we respect the polygon, even though it's down the Danville. We'll continue to watch it and stay away from windows. But the heaviest of the activity, the strongest activity, is to the south and east of Chatham. And it's going to be nearing Ingham and Vernon Hill in Halifax County if it holds together. All right, just checking out some other stuff here while you watch that on your screen. Let's see. And again, there's our high-res radar one more time. I wanted to show you my WSV3. There's the polygon. I've got live lightning data up here for you too. We don't have a ton of lightning here, but we've got a few strikes around just to the east of Gretna there as well. You can see as we're getting farther away, there's more of a shadow cast too, where we're seeing more in the way of the earth curving under the radar beam makes it where we're really not seeing the surface. So anything that pops up on radar, we've got to be very mindful that is aloft, and that gives you a visual representation of the curvature of the earth up underneath the straight radar beam. So sorry, flat earthers, but this kind of stuff, really puts your theory to rest. But you can see these stronger storms. Watch out around Farmville. We've got a severe thunderstorm watch up for the DC area too, and they've had some flooding issues and some severe storms and even a possible tornado outside of Baltimore earlier this afternoon. That watch did not get issued for our area. They were thinking about it, but we just didn't get quite unstable. You can see here if we go to the SPC here, and I was trying to use something called Lula. Yeah, I was trying to use something like that to get this out over Instagram and TikTok at the same time. And it's kind of off and on. It worked the other day, but it only took about 17 tries. Kevin, Tosh, and Vernon can tell you all about my frustration there. This is the instability. The blue areas is where we have kind of negative instability that we need to overcome before we can get severe weather. This is off the SPC meso-analysis, so it's continually updating. And you can certainly see here that we've got CAPE values up around 1,000, 1,500 here. We've got not so much supercell composite, because if you look at the winds at the surface, they are out of the southeast across parts of Halifax County, but the rest of the area, we've got southwest winds at the surface and southwest winds aloft. So we don't really have a lot of directional shear. We just have speed shear, and that'll still get you some strong winds in a straight line fashion. That'll get you some hail too if your conditions, your thermodynamics are right aloft. But as far as any turning of the wind, we need helicity for that. And if you look at the composite here, the significant tornado parameter, pretty low, but if you look in eastern Virginia from Richmond down through Charlotte County, we've got a 1. So that's about the highest value that we see. That's low, but it's not 0. It's evident here. So we'll have to watch central Virginia as these storms kind of push through Halifax and Charlotte counties. Mecklenburg County, I would be on the lookout just in case as we go through time. Prince Edward County, Lunenburg, Mecklenburg, Amelia, Nottoway County, Lunenburg County, Cumberland County. We need to be kind of near Farmville, watching things very carefully. So that's your weather update for right now. I'm going to jump off here and see if I can't do another update soon, and see if I can't get the rest of my social media sites up for you here. All right, so if you have any severe weather, let me know. Just drop me a message in Facebook or Twitter or whatever, and I'll get it out to the rest of folks.